Guardians, what's going on? Blue Knight here. Today I want to show you how you can solo the Fallen Saber GM. A few prerequisites though that you're gonna need. You're gonna need either, I believe it's like the sitting on the throne emote or whatever the heck it is, or the anniversary pose. I'm using the anniversary pose. You can get it from the 30th anniversary like pack that you can get for the game. Dares of Eternity, you got to do a bunch of stuff in Dares of Eternity to get this and the ship and all that stuff. But get it, use the anniversary pose. It makes the beginning of this GM so easy. But let's go ahead and talk about the build. As you can see here, the exotics that we're using are Outbreak Perfected and Osmiomancy. I don't like, doing what everyone else does. Like I wanted to try something different. Osmiomancy is the only way that we're able to stun the overloads, but we do end up getting it done. Well, not just the only way. Our prismatic grenades can also stun them. Sometimes it gets a little hairy with this. I also, the reason why our clan is called the Insurmountable Mechanic is because we are the Insurmountable Mechanic. But let's go over the subclass real quick. We're using Song of Flame. This thing is just absolutely amazing. The main reason why I'm using it is for the damage resistance. I honestly think I only pop it twice during the entire GM, and I have it for 99% of it. So I could use my super more. Just my playstyle is more sit back and take stuff out at distance. Then we've got Healing Rift, Burst Glide, Arcane Needle. This is important. Because of Faceted Courage, your Arc, Solar, and Void abilities deal increased damage to targets afflicted with Darkness debuff. We have 2 different Darkness debuffs, or 3 different Darkness debuffs going on here. We've got the Arcane Needle, which can unravel them. We've got our Cold Snap Grenades, which can freeze things, but that's what we're turning into the Bleak Watchers. So that's a slow/freeze. And then we have Facet of Solitude, landing rapid precision hits emits a Severing Blast from the target, while Transcendent, the Severing Blast is bigger. So that's another Darkness debuff. So our Arc, Solar, and Void abilities are going to deal increased damage to them, while our Solar abilities are our Super and the Hellion. So they're going to get more damage because of that. Let's look at the other fragments here. While you have an elemental buff, your class ability regenerates more quickly. That's Facet of Hope. This is on most of my builds because we're gonna have elemental buffs in the seasonal artifact. We're giving ourselves some elemental buffs as well, so it's just it's really easy to get. Facet of Grace, defeating targets with kinetic weapons grant you bonus Transcendence energy. Defeating targets with your super grants you and nearby allies bonus Transcendence energy. We're using Outbreak Perfected 85% of the time here, so that's gonna be why we're running Facet of Grace. I just went over Facet of Solitude, but again, just anything you can land, 3 or 4 bursts with Outbreak Perfected on, precision shots, that is, they're going to output less damage. So it's just a win for you. Facet of Protection, while surrounded by combatants, you are more resistant to incoming damage. While Transcendent, this effect is increased. A couple of the rooms in this GM, you have to be around a bunch of things. So that's why I've got that. We went over Facet of Courage. And then Facet of Command, freezing or suppressing a target reloads your equipped weapons and increases weapon stability, aim assist, and airborne effectiveness. Defeating frozen or suppressed targets creates a stasis shard or a void breach. It'll be a stasis shard that we create, and that gives us some of our melee energy back, which is good because we have 3 charges of Arcane Needle. We need as much energy, as much melee energy as we can get. All right, now on to the weapons. We're using Outbreak Perfected. Last season was the season of Polaris Lance. This season is the season of Outbreak. It's really good. Every GM this season, or this split, is going to have a barrier champ in it. So, Outbreak with the anti-barrier pulse rifle is just very good. I was able to get, in my opinion, a very good something new roll. So you could use this for overloads if you wanted to. If you don't want to use Outbreak Perfected, or if you want to use a different exotic, Battle Scar, this thing is my baby. Um, it's just absolutely amazing. Shoot to loot kinetic tremors. You can't ever go wrong with Battle Scar. Plus, shoot to loot procs on the kinetic tremors. So if you kill something while kinetic tremors is going and it drops an ammo brick and kinetic tremors hits the ammo brick, you will consume it. So that's good. Riptide's always another good choice because it has chill clip. It can stun stuff. I was testing Malfeasance. I was like, hey, it's intrinsically unstop. And then there's Overload Hand Cannon. I did a quick Google search, and I guess Google AI was like, yep, it'll work. So I loaded in, tried it. It doesn't work. Don't try to use Malfeasance with Overload. Um, Midnight Coup, Explosive Payload, Kinetic Tremors. That is another really good hand cannon for stunning overloads. Um, any of these weapons are really good. So let's look um, at the energy slot. I was using Aberrant Action just because Heal Clip Incandescent is super strong. I finally got mine crafted. It's just chef's kiss. I love this sidearm. I wish other things though had. My best friend Chaos has always said, I wish other things have heal clip other than solar weapons. I agree. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. Other things that you could use, Indebted Kindness. This is one of my first ever rolls on Indebted Kindness, and I still have it. I'm never going to get rid of it. Lead from Gold Volt Shot. It just is amazing. I was also using Corrasion. I finally got it crafted. Enlighten Action Volt Shot. This is a very good pulse rifle, but I just needed something a little bit more, and Outbreak Perfected was able to do that. And then I'm using Edge Transit for the heavy weapon. Other honorable mentions could be Hammerhead, Elactic Principle. I am going to try to run this with Dragon's Breath at some point, but we'll have to wait and see about that. If you want to do an arc build, Battle Scar with Indebted Kindness, with Thunderlord, you've got Battle Scar for the barrier, you've got Thunderlord intrinsically for overloads. The thing I was running into into Thunderlord though is that it uses a lot of ammo to take out an overload, so you're going to need to be creating a bunch of ammo. I create so much ammo with Outbreak Perfected, and I barely even use it because this weapon is so good, in my opinion. All right, let's look at the seasonal artifact here. First column, we've got Anti-Barrier Pulse Rifle. That's really all that we're using. I've also got Unstoppable Sidearm and Overload Hand Cannon. Doesn't matter. Don't really care about that. Then we have the second column. We've got Authorized Mod Elemental Charge and Authorized Mod Scavenger, just so that way it makes the Elemental Charge and Scavenger mods cheaper. In the third column, we've got Elemental Siphon. So this is where Rapid Final Blows with the kinetic weapon or weapon matching your equipped super creates an elemental pickup that matches your equipped super. That's how we're able to make a bunch of fire sprites that get us grenade energy back with Outbreak Perfected. And then we got Press the Advantage. Breaking Combatant Shield grants increased weapon stability, handling, and reload speed. There are some shields in here, so why not use it? On the fourth column, we've got Counter Energy. This is a must-have. When you are a member of your fire team stuns a champion, you gain energy for the least charged ability. You can see that we stun champions back to back to back with our grenades. That's how we're able to kind of keep the grenade uptime going pretty well, actually. This Void, insert that word here. I'm not even going to try to say it. When you have a Void or Prismatic subclass equipped, defeating weakened targets provides a small Void overcharge. We're not weakening anything. We're not using solar or Void grenades. We can in our Prismatic grenade, but I just kind of have this as a general. I usually always have this on. Radiant Orbs, while you have a solar or Prismatic subclass equipped, picking up an Orb of Power grants you Radiant. That's big because when we have a buff, like an elemental buff, our class ability regenerates faster. That's the, let's see here, that is Facet of Hope. So This is big. Picking up an orb will make us radiant, also giving us back our class ability faster. Onto the 5th column, we got Expanding Abyss. Void sources deal increased damage to weakened targets. Again, we're not really weakening anything, but this is just, these two are how I solo like dungeons and stuff like that, especially this season. It's nuts. Video coming out soon about it. And then Shield Crush, while you have Woven Mail, Frost Armor, or Overshield, your melee recharges faster, but while you're Amplified or Radiant, we can make ourselves Radiant by picking up an Orb of Power. Grenade recharges faster, so we have 3 charges on our melee, we have 2 charges on our grenade. It's very nice. All right, looking at the armor here, let's go over here. Not there, here. All right, so on our helmet, we have got, well, first off, let me say, I would get your resilience up to 100 first every single time, no matter what. Resilience first. My armor, I kind of focus too much into discipline, and so I intrinsically have 113 discipline. It's unfortunate. I would like 10 of those points to go into recovery, but, you know, I just have to spend some time grinding some armor. But yeah, I would go resilience first, and then I chose recovery second to put stats in because my discipline's so high. But tier 10, tier 8, and tier 10 is very good, in my opinion. Now let's look what's on our helmet. We've got heavy ammo finder because we're going to be using Outbreak Perfected mostly. So primary ammo weapons, especially exotic weapon, final blows, help you find ammo more quickly. So that's why Outbreak Perfected is so good. That's one of the reasons Outbreak Perfected is so good. Now we've got Harmonic Siphon, so rapid solar weapon, final blows, create and overpower. So that is for my solar rocket sidearm. I can get a bunch of kills with that and create orbs like that. But also Outbreak Perfected, I can get kills with it and get orbs as well. On to Osmiomancy. That is our exotic armor piece. We've got Kinetic Loader, so that way we can reload Outbreak Perfected faster. And we got Bolstering Detonation. The turrets count as grenades because we're consuming a grenade and throwing it, and then it creates a turret. So grants class ability energy when you cause damage with a grenade. They do a little bit of damage, but still, it's faster class ability. That's the only way that we're healing. It works pretty well. On to the chest armor. I highly would recommend running double arc single solar damage resistance. All of the overload champions and some of the non-champions have some sort of solar damage, and then like everything else is arc, except for the barrier champs who are void, but you can kind of keep your distance from them. They're not that big of a threat. Their biggest threat is shielding things that can hit you at distance. Onto the legs, I've got Void Holster, so that way I can shoot my grenade launcher and then stow it, and this will automatically reload it over time. I got Void Scavenger, so picking up heavy ammo, I get more for my grenade launcher, and then Harmonic Scavenger, so that way when I pick up ammo for my rocket sidearm, I get more. And then onto the Bond, I've got Double Distribution. So we've got reduces all ability cooldowns when you're using your class ability near targets. We do end up using that a couple times. So there's that. And then Powerful Attraction. Whenever we use that class ability, it's going to collect all the orbs around us. I'm not sure of the distance on this. Let me know if you know the distance. But I just know that I can use it in sticky situations, pick up some orbs. And a lot of times that'll give me my super to be able to get that damage resistance. All right, so I believe that is everything. Without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, so this is like the 3rd time I've done this voiceover. I keep getting interrupted with phone calls, or I realize somehow my mic got muted and I'm sitting here talking at the end and I realize that it didn't record anything. So I'm just going to sit back. I'm going to keep my hands on my chair so I don't accidentally hit something. And then we are going to get this voiceover done. All right, so here at the very beginning, you're going to spawn in, hop on your vehicle, and go. Doesn't matter if you have a Sparrow, doesn't matter if you have a skimmer. I have a skimmer, so you're going to see me kind of take off and fly to the left. You don't need to do that. You can just follow the waypoints through. Nothing will hurt you. There's no sense in killing anything here because you get 0 score for it. So if there's no point to it, why do it? In my opinion. All right, so I end it up there and then fall down because if you glide across the air and hit the ground really hard, it could blow up the vehicle. It could also, glitch out and like get stuck in weird ways. I've had that happen a few times. So we're just gonna do it nice and easy here. I stopped between these 2 trees because I don't want to blow up to the thing falling from the sky. We're going to park our Sparrow back here and then destroy it. I could have done it closer, but you want to destroy your vehicle because if you don't, it could get blown up and you die. So that triangular piece there, you don't have to start the scan here, but you just want to make sure you do the emote right there. There we go. All right, so now that we have this going, I'll explain some transmatting warsat like progress helpful tips. So at 35%, this ship will go away. At 40%, the next ship will come in. Then after that, it'll be 70%. Those ships disappear or leave. The new ship comes in at 75%, at 80%. Everything except for a few things behind me, everything like all the champions and stuff will migrate to where I'm looking now, like up there on the left. They'll all go up there. And then, of course, at 100%, everything but the champions will despawn. So that being said, I'm going to fast forward this, and I'll see you in a little bit. All right, here we are at 95%. Here at 100%, you're going to hear everything uncloak, like that. And then you're going to wait for everything to despawn, and then you can get up and start shooting at the champions. I, for some reason, chose to shoot them first with aberrant action. Doesn't really matter. I would suggest staying back here where I parked my Sparrow, because if you go too far forward, then the barrier servitor will kind of TP farther left or farther right, and here he just kind of stays out in the open the entire time. So now that he is taken care of, we are going to throw one of our Bleak Watchers, and I wait to see which champion the Bleak Watcher goes for first, because that's who I am going to be focusing on, at least here at the beginning. If you AD strafe, more than likely the Overload champion's not really going to be able to hit you. That one at least. The other one with the explosive launcher will be able to hit you. I see that he's stunned. I go ahead and throw out another turret, because I've had issues in the past where my first turret will despawn like that, and then I'll have to stop and put up another turret. Meanwhile, he's regenerating all of his health. So yeah, we go ahead and put that down. There is everything taken out. I didn't use any special ammo or heavy ammo, so but honestly, I'm just worried about the Glimmer. I buy upgrade modules like candy, and I need more Glimmer for upgrade modules. All right, I'm not cool enough to go through this tunnel fast, so I just kind of slowly go through it. This is faster than running, so that's what I do. Jump off here. All right, this room, we're going to throw a turret at that corner. I do, at least, because then it helps me inside this hallway as well as get stuff on the outside. So you can see here, the only thing you have to worry about in the left room over here is the stuff that spawns in behind you, but you'll usually be able to hear them. The reason why I waited to take out that Marauder that was right in front of me was because I was low HP and I was waiting for my healing rift to get up a little bit, so that way I didn't die to the Marauder, or the shot from aberrant action, I should say. All right, now we've got this guy. I believe there's just 2 more people at this point that we have to worry about. That guy, and there's 1 more guy to the left. Yeah, there we go. He's going to push up this way. We're going to take him out. All right, now that's everything right now. I throw out a turret. Almost die there to the Overload champion, but that's okay. We get the champion stunned. I was going to proc bait and switch and just light everything up, but of course... you know, the barrier champ likes to hide right there. So I'm kind of waiting for him to come out so I can see him. This, I didn't mean to destroy that, that grenade with my grenade. I just accidentally hit it there. But, of course, he gets shielded again. I'm just trying to let my super run out so I can throw another, stasis turret. We really want to focus on that barrier servitor. Unless, like this, the guy gets stunned. I thought he went left, but he got TP'd back. There we go. And there's the barrier again. So, at this point, I'm like, all right, screw the overload. I am solely focusing the barrier servitor, at least for a little bit. I see that he heals. This guy is more threatening to me. So, hold on. We're going to... do that, and then I don't care. Bait and switch is procced. It did get procced, thankfully, but even if it didn't get procced there, I would have still used Edge Transit anyway. Super annoying. Both of the champions are super close right there, and so they both get stunned, but just focus one champion at a time. Only one. I see the guy on the left has just healed, so I'm going to go ahead and focus the guy on the right. There's another stun on him. There we go. Now we can focus this guy. Again, he hides behind the pillar and ends up healing. So I have to put down another turret. I'm like, oh, you want to heal back there? I'll put a turret there. Then he goes to the other side, but he TPs right back into it. So it works out. We've got Scorch. We've got Unraveling Rounds. We've got S.A.B.E.R. We've got all that stuff doing damage for us. Well, S.A.B.E.R. doesn't do damage, but our Scorch does do damage, more damage to severed combatants. From our subclass. So I'm just looking for ammo, looking for anything like nothing in particular, just looking for stuff. I tab out to mute the stream that I'm watching because I really want to focus on this part. There's heavy ammo there. Go ahead and pick that up. We'll open the vault or the vent cover. Usually I'll crouch and start shooting it, but I wait till the door opens for some reason this time. Thought that was it. Wasn't. There's 2 sparks. And there we go. Now... take out all of the exploder shanks, go back into this hallway here. And we're going to use a little bit of aberrant action. I'm also going to put down a healing rift. Unfortunately, I did all that and not everything like pushed over to the left like I thought it would. So right now I'm just kind of trying to take everything out as smoothly as possible, not really as quickly as possible, just because, you know, with me at least speed kills. So we're just gonna take our time. I remember that there are these resilient tracer shanks up in the front of the room. Just take them out as quickly as you can, because if they group shot you, it does like 3/4 of my damage with double arc resistance. I tried to get an aberrant action shot on him. It didn't work. But yeah, I try to, if they double shot you, they will kill you. So one shot will do about 3/4 HP. Once everything's taken out, go over here on the left. Both champions will kind of come over to the left side of the room here. We focus one champion at a time. You can kind of head glitch on the stairs here. He has the darkness debuffs. So I could use my healing rift and get my Hellion to do a little bit more for me, but it's no big deal. We're able to take these guys out no problem. I throw my other grenade down there because I don't want the grenade to my left to disappear, or for him to TP somewhere where that grenade can't hit it and then, you know, heal everything. So we're just slowly working on him, taking him out here. There we go. I decide to finish him. Here I realized something. I tried to pick up that ammo, and I was like, wait, if I didn't pick up that ammo, any other ammo in here doesn't matter. So... all right, you'll jump up here, shoot this grate. All right, the double arc line section is up next. What I do is I go out and hide behind that first barrier in the middle. So come out here, stay here, take out both of the resilient tracer shanks on the other side of the room. There's one. We've got our nanites doing a little bit of damage to the other one. There's two. So now we run up there. I swap to aberrant action. This is one reason why I like having rocket sidearms, is for the exploder shank on the other side. What I do is I wait for the line to follow or to pass me, and then you can sprint slide, sprint slide, sprint slide. Once I see that tracer shank, I swap that, pick it back up, sprint slide. I messed up the slide there, but was able to recover it. Wait for that exploder shank to get a little bit farther away from me before I kill him, so that way I don't kill myself. There we go. We made ourselves radiant, but we've already got our class ability, so it really doesn't matter. This next room, stay in this doorway. You can stay in this doorway the entire time if you want, but they will endlessly spawn until all of the champions are dead. So don't get too hasty. But if you know your build and you've played with it a bit and you know what you're capable of, that's why you'll see me do what I do here in a second. I do end up like messing it up a little bit, not botching it, but I end up just doing stupid stuff. I don't die, but I just end up wasting a lot of resources. All right, so here I decide, all right, I'm going to throw a turret while doing this. I thought, man, those servitors or those exploder shanks blew up my turrets. So I thought that I wasn't going to have any turrets, or I wasn't going to have but one turret, but it turns out I have both of them. Focus the barrier. Just focus him, get him out of here so he can't shield anything. The barrier, or the champions won't respawn, but the other stuff will keep respawning until all barriers are dealt with. Again, one at a time. I accidentally throw my grenade there for whatever reason. So there we go. We are getting down the turrets to help us just with some crowd control. Pick that up, toss it out there, get some stun going or get some damage going. All right, where did that overload champion go? There he is. All right, we're just going to focus this one overload champ. Let's get bait and switch procced. The other one is also stunned, so we can just light him up. And there is 2 out of the 3 overload champions for this room. This last overload champion will push you, so do be careful about that. I thought I had my grenade, and then I realized, oh, just kidding, I don't. I just threw it. He ended up going back in there and getting stunned, but my grenade hit a tangle. I see that he's healing my damage, so I just have to throw out another stun for him. Wait for it to stun him, and then I end up just using Outbreak Perfected here. Focus on the champion. Just get him taken out. There we go. All right, everything else is a piece of cake. I pull out aberrant action because I know there's other things around me. Missed that shot, but hit that one. There we go. All right, now go around, look for ammo. This isn't a rush. You just want to, this isn't a race, I should say. You just want to complete it. It's all about the completion, not the time. So, for me at least. All right. This next area, just don't go in there. You don't have to go into this area quite yet. I got unlucky, and the barrier champ wasn't interested in me, so he just kind of sat there shielding everything. Eventually I have to push into the room to get the barrier's attention in order to make him start moving around. I'm trying to shoot him, but the aim assistance is great and it makes you shoot the pillar. There we go. Now he's got my attention, so I'm waiting for him to swing back out again. Try to get some damage on those resilient vandals because, again, they're like the tracer shanks. They will one-shot you if they team shoot you. Or I guess they'll two-shot you. But just do be careful. Even with double arc resistance on, it's a pain. All right, now that we've got his attention, he has the darkness debuff. He's going to come back out here. We are going to damage him enough to stun him. Let's get another DOT on him. DOT, I don't know if you know, DOT is damage over time. That's what I use it for. So we're getting another damage over time effect on him to where you know, it just helps us take them out faster. Watch out for the dregs and the vandals, because they will be very annoying. Here, up next, what I should have done is I should have thrown out both my grenades pretty quick and then used my Transcendence. But I throw out one grenade, throw out another grenade, wait a little bit, then Transcend. Kind of a waste of Transcendence, kind of a waste of the capability of it, especially with the 3 overloads that are in here. Just like the last room, there are 3 overloads and 2... Well, actually, the last room, there's a lot more overloads. But anyway, multiple overloads, 3 overloads, 2 barriers. We get 1 taken out. I end up going Transcendent here. Like I said, I should have done it earlier than that. But, you know, hindsight's 20/20. When I solo this again, I will be doing it like that. I've already got the rolls that I want on the pre-Ashnak, so I'm not really worried about the weapon, but it is a very good bow. I highly suggest everybody getting a good roll on it. Again, I need Glimmer. I need them upgrade modules. All right. Up next, boss room. I'll show you how I enter the boss room, because too many times the grade, the slant of the floor of that wall, like yeets you across the room and almost kills you. So I end up using my jump to get down and not touch it, because I don't want to die from me getting yeeted into a wall and then a servitor shooting me. That servitor is taken out. Then we have that shank. I totally forgot that there were other shanks that were going to come out. So I hear something and then start getting shot to the left and then swap, but heal clip, no big deal. We're back to full HP. Stay on the right side of this room for the first half of the boss's health. There we go. Everything has been taken out. You know the boss is coming when all the doors start opening and you hear the sounds and the alarms and stuff. Plus his name will pop up there on the bottom. I get a little bit of damage in. I don't know why he does that. He comes up and then goes back down through the floor. I don't know whether he's bugged or the floor's bugged, but regardless, I'll throw out a turret out there in the middle to get some, just to get some things frozen. We really want to control the battlefield, and those stasis turrets really do help. The ignitions and the scorch is doing work here. That's what's doing all the damage to him, because he's darkness debuffed, and then it's a solar ability. And so all of that damage, most of that damage, was from the Hellion, which is super nice. Here, again, I could be using Aberrant Action more, but I want to save it for sticky situations. Every damage phase, for the first 2 damage phases, there's going to be a barrier champ that pops up. So once you are able to take out the boss, or at least make him go back up to the top right, or to the middle back of the room, then you can just keep focusing on the barriers. All right. There is the barrier taken out. Now the boss is going to come back to the middle. Again, I throw a turret out there, and I am just trying to control the battlefield right now. I'm just trying to, you know, plus it's extra boss damage. We're going to proc bait and switch. We're going to try and get this boss out of here as quickly as we can. I should have gone back out with bait and switch, but I wanted to take out some of the shanks with Aberrant Action. Heal clip is just, I don't need it there, but you never know. Let's go ahead and sever that guy again, so that way he can't do his solar rail gun and almost one-shot us again. Alright, again, rinse and repeat, barrier. Once the barrier is taken out, the boss will come back. The only difference is, this time we're going to move to the left side of the room. Right now we're on the right. So once we take out the barrier, we're going to run over there to the left. There's a little spot that you can get a head glitch for, just for a little bit, and then we'll have to start running around. I'll show you where it gets a little hairy here in a little bit. There's a tracer shank there. I know there's 2 of them, so I don't know where the other one is. I see that guy there, but he's, you know, he's got a barrier, so I'm just trying to get the barrier to use his barrier. I see that that tracer shank up there on the top right. There we go. Take him out. All right, just in time, but I forgot to reload my primary weapon, so he ended up getting all of his health back, but that's fine. They can't really shoot. Their biggest asset to the enemy is just being able to make them not take damage. That's why you want to take out the barriers as fast as you can. All right, barrier is out. Run. I turn around to grab that heavy brick, but go to the other side. Just make your way over there. Keep going. You'll only get this head glitch for a little bit. It's enough to sever him, though. There we go. Now I just keep kind of peeking out. I don't want him to take too much damage to me, and then I realized that I saw that exploder shank behind the boss, and I was like, oh no, I forgot about these guys. So halfway through, all the shanks will be, you know, kind of now everything is an exploder shank. Just do be careful about that. Here is where I start messing up. I'm like, all right, we're gonna do a little bit of damage there. I see that guy, we're gonna take him out. I see those other two that spawn, but I do nothing about them. I'm like, all right, boss damage, boss damage. I'm like, oh wait, there's a shank right here. Use that to do a little bit of damage. We get a little bit more boss damage in. I'm trying to pop off his faceplate. Now that the faceplate's done, he's going to chase you. That is why this super is so good, in my opinion. It just, if I didn't use those two there, it would have been so much different, in my opinion. I forgot about the arc line here, and it almost kills me. I am very happy that it didn't, but right there, the last shot, we get the boss. We're able to respawn. The reason why we move over to the left side of the room is because this hallway on the right side, that conductor, that arc conductor starts going on it. And so it'll absolutely ruin your run. That's why we go to the left side. All right, well, if y'all enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button, and subscribing is free. You'll get notified every time I upload a video. And if you think this will help other people do the GM, make sure you share it with them. I appreciate y'all very much. And then we completed it in about 23 minutes with 179 kills. All right, I appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one.